connection to the sound that surrounds you.
And I bad like the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I
Hit music belongs here.
I got the keys to the city.
This is Vicinity FM 95.3.
This is Vicinity 95.3 FM, Ikejile Ijesha. Time is 6 o'clock. I am Oluwafunke Israel with news nationwide. First headlines. President Bola Tinubu hails Oba Astrop on his coronation as Owa Obokun of Ijesha land. Senate President Yahya to testify as key witnesses in Natasha's defamation trial. Bayelsa State leads at Ogun Sport Festival. Now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu hails new Owa Obokun of Ijesha land as he expressed confidence in the monarch's capacity to lead and unify the people, as his ascent to the throne is both a return to heritage and a forward march of Ijesha land, as Ijesha stands still for the coronation of the 41st Owa Obokun of Ijesha land, Oba Clement Adesi Astrop. Dignitaries from across the country arrived at the venue in Ilesha, Osun State. The event, which drew large crowds as residents trooped out in celebration, while many business owners shut their shops to honor the historic event. Among the high-profile guests in attendance are Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke, Minister of Marine and Blue Economy Adegboyega Oyetola, representing President Bola Tinubu, and former President Olusegun Obasanjo, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and Royal Father Oni of Ife Obadeye Ogunwusi, among other dignitaries. Speaking at the coronation, Osun Governor Demola Adeleke.
Courses are already accredited. We are building the internal infrastructure within the university. The university management is building credible global institution under the direction of our administration. Environmental deregulation. I am happy to inform Osun people and Ijesha land in particular that Osun is officially a shareholder of Thor Exploration Farm, the owner of Seginola Gold Project. We are ensuring maximum gains in the state from our natural resources. I want to assure
FCT Minister Nyesom Wike has rejected the proposal to provide housing for displaced persons and beggars in Abuja, arguing it is unsuitable for the capital status and security needs. At the 2025 FCT Appropriation Bill defense at the National Assembly, Wike dismissed Senator Ali Ndume's suggestion to adopt a rehabilitation model used in 1970s. In Kano, he emphasized Abuja's unique role as the nation's capital and its international profile, warning street beggars to vacate or face arrest, in line with previous ultimatum issued in October 2024. The coalition of united political parties has described the endorsement of President Bola Tinubu as the sole candidate for the 2027 presidential election by the Forum of All Progressives Congress governors as a desperate bid for power. The group, in a statement issued by its National Secretary, Peter Ameh, said the adoption had raised serious concerns among Nigerians amid widespread public dissatisfaction with the harsh economic realities facing the nation. Just 2 years into President Tinubu's term, Ahmed stressed that the adoption of Tinubu as the sole candidate for 2027 does not reflect the will of the people, whose vote will ultimately determine the outcome of the election. A civil society organization, Youth Arise Movement, has called on the federal government to halt its proposed sale of 753 duplexes seized from the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, and instead allocate them to members of the Nigerian Armed Forces. Recall the duplexes, which were confiscated by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission for allegedly being proceeds of crime, were handed over to the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development on May 20 during a brief ceremony in Abuja. The convener of the Youth Arise movement, Ademola Abidemi, criticized the planned sale and urged the government to allocate the recovered housing estate to the brave and selfless men and women of the Nigerian Army, Navy, and Air Force who continue to endure severe accommodation shortages. Senate President Godswill Akpabio and former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello are set to testify as key witnesses in the federal government's defamation trial against suspended Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. The senator, who represents Kogi Central, was accused of making damaging remarks during a live interview and allegations of assassination plot against her by a Senate President and Kogi former governor. In response, the federal government filed a defamation suit under the Penal Code law, which criminalizes statements made with the intent to harm a person's reputation. The case filed on May 16 follows Akpoti-Uduaghan's controversial suspension from the Senate in March over alleged misconduct. Her claims and subsequent prosecution have stirred public debate over freedom of expression and public political intimidation. This is Vicinity 95.3 FM, Ikejile Ijesha. News nationwide will continue shortly. Thanks for staying tuned for news updates and live streaming. Visit our website at vicinity953fm.com.ng. Send an email to vicinitynewsroom@gmail.com or call 081-4365-8302 for breaking news around you. You can also follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok at Vicinity 95.3 FM. Now, the rest of the news. Abia State Governor Alex Oti is set to transform state transportation system with the introduction of 20 electric buses and the completion of modern bus terminals across key locations in the state. The new transport system will commence operations in July. Governor Oti disclosed this at the Promise Kept Carnival, organized jointly by the Aba Business Committee, Community and Landlords Association to celebrate the completion of the reconstruction of the Port Harcourt Road, Aba. The governor described the project as part of his administration's commitment to transforming Abia's public infrastructure and embracing clean energy solutions. The initial phase of the transport upgrade would take the delivery of the 20 buses. Speaker of Abia House of Assembly commended the state government for facilitating developmental programs and policies in the state. Governor Umar Eno of Akwa Ibom has directed all commissioners and political appointees to either defect to the All Progressives Congress (APC) or resign since they announced his defection to the ruling All Progressive Congress. Speaking during a state executive council meeting, Eno confirmed his departure from the People's Democratic Party, citing internal crisis and legal uncertainties within the party as key reasons. While acknowledging his affection for the PDP, the governor stressed the need for political alignment within his cabinet warning that no appointee can serve in his administration while supporting another political party. This defection is expected to reshape the state's political landscape, with close attention on how many officials will follow his lead. A 39-year-old prison escapee, Kabiru Oyedu, has been rearrested by operatives of the Lagos State Police Command following his escape from the Ilesha Correctional Center in Osun State. Oyedu, who is one of the inmates who fled the correctional facility through a breached fence. His arrest was confirmed by the State Police Public Relations Officer, Benjamin Odeyin. On Friday, the fugitive was tracked and apprehended in the Ayobo area of Lagos. On Tuesday, May 21st, the operation was carried out by the officers attached to the Ayobo Division. A bit of sport, Team Bayelsa has maintained its lead on the medals table at the ongoing National Sport Festival in Ogun State. Bayelsa garnered 30 gold, 12 silver, and 13 bronze medals 5 days into the festival to maintain the lead. Delta is second with 21 gold, 9 silver, and 26 bronze medals, and Rivers coming third with 11 gold, 10 silver, and 10 bronze medals. Team Oyo occupies the fourth position with 10 gold, 8 silver, and 13 bronze medals, while Lagos completes the first 5 with 9 gold, 9 silver, and 18 bronze. A total of 420 medals have so far been won by states participating in the sports festival. 10 News Nationwide, another look at the headlines. President Bola Tinubu hails new Owa-Obokun of Ijesha land and expressed confidence in the monarch's capacity to lead and unify the people as he ascends to the throne. As he ascends to the throne is both a return to heritage and a forward march for Ijesha land. We told you that Senate President Godswill Akpabio and former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello are set to testify as key witnesses on the federal government's defamation trial against suspended Senator Natasha Akpoti-Duang. And lastly, you heard Team Bayelsa has maintained its lead on the medals table at the ongoing National Sport Festival in Ogun State. Bayelsa garnered 30 gold, 12 silver, and 13 bronze medals 5 days into the festival to maintain the lead. And just before we go, the last line: if you can do great things, do small things in great way. That's News Nationwide. On behalf of the production crew, I am Oluwafunke Israel. Thanks for listening. Good evening.
Radio just got excited.
This is
Vicinity FM.